It's early morning in a Cambodian courtyard, chickens in the yard, a neighbor balancing a basket of rice. Two women pass and exchange a small, silent motion. You can feel the rhythm of respect without a single word. Discover the echoes of history, and welcome to Ancient Echoes. I'm James Bradley, and today we're listening for the things people say with their hands, their feet, and the way they hold space.
Good to be with you. I can picture that courtyard. You know, those little gestures, so easy to miss, but they carry the mood of a whole community. Today, we've invited two guests who help us unpack those quiet codes. Dr. Srey Chea, a social anthropologist who studies everyday ritual, and Mr. Van Purun, a respected elder who's lived these customs all his life.
Thank you both. It's a pleasure to be here. When I go into villages, I'm always reminded that language is not only speech. Gesture forms a grammar of its own. These nonverbal signals shape how people show honor, avoid conflict, and form belonging. Sangkat Ganapong. We live with these habits. Even without school lessons, children learn to lower their eyes, to move their hands softly. It tells the neighbor, I see you, I respect you. It is quiet, but it is strong. Before we dig into specifics, why does gesture matter? Dr. Srey, you've written about honorific space. Can you give listeners a quick frame for what that means? Yes. Honorific space is the idea that social relationships are mapped onto physical space and movement. Who stands where, who offers first, the angle of a hand. These are signals that manage respect. They reduce tension and keep social life smooth without explicit rules being stated each time.
So it's like an unspoken social protocol that everyone learns through observation. That explains why a simple wave from an outsider can feel off. Mr. Van, what's one everyday gesture you think captures this idea?
When a young person greets an elder, they often lower their gaze and slightly raise both palms together, more gently than a prayer, closer to a respectful please. It shows humility. I remember a time a foreign visitor clasped my hand very firmly. He meant friendship, but I was surprised. Later, we laughed and learned together. That story is perfect because it shows how intentions can be right, but forms matter. Let's move to concrete gestures people can notice and respectfully try. Segment 2, Greetings and Head-Hand Language. Samnang, start us with the most common salutations.
The most familiar is the slight press of palms together at chest level, sometimes a small bow of the head. It's often used in temples and with elders. For day-to-day, a gentle smile with a small nod can be enough. Important detail, palms together should be modest, not prayer high, unless in a religious context.
Also, direct prolonged eye contact can be seen as challenging, especially with elders. A lowered gaze communicates deference. But with peers or children, eye contact is more relaxed. Context and relationship matter. So, for a traveler, gentleness beats flamboyance. Soft palms, lowered eyes. Small is better. Mr. Van, have you seen younger Cambodians adapting these greetings in cities or abroad? Yes, in Phnom Penh, you see people mixing styles. Some will offer a Western handshake with a soft bow or just a friendly wave. The meaning is still respect, but the form changes. The important thing is the feeling behind it, warmth and regard.
That's a great segue. Let's talk about dining and offering etiquette. What we do at the table often communicates rank and care. Dr. Srey, can you explain who serves whom and why it matters?
In many households, elders are offered food first. When you present a dish, extend it with both hands or one hand but accompanied by a small bow. This frames the offering as deliberate and respectful. When receiving, accept with a gentle hand and a nod. Pushing food forward too eagerly can appear rude. And communal plates don't rush to pick the biggest piece. Take modestly and pass dishes politely. Also, many Cambodian meals use a spoon in the right hand and fork in the left to push food, so watch and follow the group rhythm.
A helpful tip. If offered a favored bite,
accept with both hands and say a short thanks. If you need to refuse politely, maybe you're fasting, turn your head slightly and smile, and a gentle hand gesture can communicate gratitude and refusal without offense.
We teach children, share first, eat after the elder has begun. It is not only about ceremony, it is about care. Guests who follow this are welcomed into the family heart. Space, points, and posture. Where to sit in a pagoda or a home can matter. Dr. Shrey, what should listeners notice about seating and feet placement? Feet are considered the lowest part of the body, literally and symbolically. Avoid pointing your feet toward elders, monks, or sacred objects. When sitting, tuck your feet to the side or sit cross-legged in a modest way. In pagodas, the most honored seating is furthest from the entrance and often higher. Follow the lead of hosts and elders.
Also, pointing with a single finger can feel rude. Use a whole hand to indicate something, or use your chin gently. And beckoning someone with the palm up and fingers curled, as common in some places, can be offensive here. Instead, gesture with the palm down, fingers together, a small motion.
Good to know. Now, misunderstandings happen, especially in diaspora life where gestures mix. Segment 5, Misunderstandings and Diaspora Experience. Mr. Van, you mentioned earlier about swapping hands for a handshake. Any memorable slips you can share? Once, a young Cambodian in Australia greeted a monk with a loud, long handshake. The monk was surprised. The young person was not disrespectful. He was trying to show esteem in the way he knew. Afterwards, the family explained gently, "In our custom, a long, loud handshake is not needed. We laugh, teach, and continue." That story illustrates our first risk. Turning gestures into fixed rules can erase local variation. In urban centers, diaspora communities, and different provinces, forms change. We encourage listeners, observe first, ask kindly, and treat gestures as flexible guidelines rather than rigid prescriptions.
And for younger Khmer balancing tradition and modern life, the advice is often to keep the spirit, respect, while adapting forms. A respectful tone, a smile, and a willingness to learn go much further than perfect mimicry.
Which brings us to a practical practice session. Segment 6, Do This, Don't Do That. We'll narrate short demos. Please remember to check the companion clips on Samnang's YouTube so you can see the movements. First demo, Greeting an Elder. Do this. Palms lightly together at chest, eyes lowered, small nod. Don't. Reach across and grip the elder's wrist to pull them up.
Second demo, Offering food. Do offer with both hands or with a slight bow. Make the motion deliberate. Don't shove a plate quickly toward someone or take the biggest piece first. Third demo, Pointing. Do use a flat hand to indicate. Don't point with your index finger.
In a temple, move slowly and speak softly. Do remove your shoes where indicated. Keep shoulders covered and avoid standing higher than monks when possible. Don't climb on sacred objects for photographs. These actions show reverence and care. Great practical tips. Quick reminder, our guests emphasized variation and context. If you're unsure, observe, ask, and follow the lead of local people. Now for our listeners who want to practice, Samnang has short demo clips that pair audio cues with visuals, perfect for learning the subtle hand positions.
Yes, on my YouTube channel, you'll find 30 and 60-second reels that show the greetings, the dining gestures, and pagoda etiquette. We made them short so you can watch, pause, and try slowly. And please remember the guiding principle. Observe first, mirror gently, and always keep respect at the heart.
One small last note from me. If a gesture feels awkward, a warm smile and saying thank you and Khmer will carry you far. People appreciate the effort. That is how relationships begin. Beautiful. To wrap up, today we listened for the quiet grammar of Khmer's social life, greetings, table manners, spatial rules, and the ways gestures create belonging. Remember, Gestures are flexible, born of relationship and place. Let your curiosity be humble, and let respect lead you.
Thank you to Dr. Shrey Chia and Mr. Vaughn for sharing their knowledge and stories. And thank you, listeners. Try one small, respectful gesture this week and notice how people respond.
If this episode helped you, share a short clip or photo trying a respectful Khmer greeting and tag Ancient Echoes and Samnang's channel. We'll curate a reel of listener attempts, fun, humble, and educational. Let's unlock the echoes of history together.
Follow Ancient Echoes on social media. Subscribe to Samnang's YouTube for the demo clips. And leave a comment with your questions or stories about gestures that surprised you.
Thanks for listening. Next episode, we'll explore temple music and how sound maps memory in Khmer life. Same time next week. Until then, embrace the heart of Cambodia in small, respectful ways.